Guys, welcome back. Oh gosh. Okay. Who are you? Aquarius. Okay, we're doing Aquarius and Pisces today. My thing is a little bit jacked. Doors are always open. Cause yeah. Alright, we're gonna do your money and career reading. My energy's a little bit off today, but we're gonna change that. Okay. Okay, Aquarius, money and career. Let's see what's going on. I heard a noise, I don't know what that was. Hopefully it's my cat, because I was looking for him. He's hiding, or I don't know where the hell he's at. Anyway. Okay, Aquarius, money and career. Money, money, money. Money and career. Money and career. This situation will bear fruit. Wow. Alright, Aquarius. So whatever this situation is, whether it be a new career, a new project, a new business, whatever venture you're starting, it will bear fruit. It's going to take off. So whatever it is, I mean, keep going. At the bottom I do see a bunch of different seeds, so it's ouch. It's giving the 7 of Pentacles. So I feel like you've already potted a bunch of plants. Here, I'll show you the card. So you can see at the bottom, you see how there's a whole bunch of like seedlings there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12. So I feel like you've planted a bunch of seedlings that are going to start growing and start bearing fruit, right? I don't know if you guys garden, but you know, when you plant it and then it gets like about this tall, and then it gives you one little fruit, and then it'll grow just a little bit taller, and then it'll give you like a bunch of fruit. It's not like a grown ass plant, right? But it does start to give you fruit, and that's what we need, right? Especially when if you're doing something to, let's say, survive, or let's say you're doing something to accomplish something, right? For example, let's not talk about money, let's talk about science. When you're working on something and you're trying to get a hypothesis, or you're trying to get test results, but it's not working a certain way, and finally you do something and you get results, right? That could be it as well, right? When we're not just talking about money or finances or supporting you, we're talking about where you're actually doing something, and you're trying to get results from it, right? Because it'll help people, or it's whatever it is, right? Science is always great. Man makes it better, good, right? I mean, there are I'm thinking of some movies where they're like, what? But even with Venom, because I was thinking of Venom, you know how they turned out like aliens and they wanted to take over Earth. But even with Venom, like, the scientists knew they were not good. They knew, and they still, like, that scientist did not give a shit. So yeah, where you think it's like, oh, well, we found a new species. What's the rush? What's the rush? Yeah, see, it's almost like I'm getting like, yes, we don't want to talk about money. It's not about money. It's about the journey of getting there. And I hear somebody going, how the f am I supposed to pay my bills? That shit will get taken care of itself. And that's coming from someone who has learned to trust, because the universe said, we're gonna show you, and they showed me, okay? And they were like, we're gonna block every other way of you two. But then when I needed things, like, it came in, right? Because they were like, we're gonna show you and prove to you that this is how, you know, we will take care of you, but we need you to be on a certain path, right? And they did. I went from, yeah, no, it was, yeah, no. So things will come, they'll be taken care of. There's a lot of naysayers, but who gives a shit? All right, like, let naysayers say nay, because they're horses ass, right? There's a lot of people probably talking about, oh, they don't want to go out and do this and fix it and do that. They have no idea what you guys are doing, especially if you're actually fully in spiritually. Sometimes you have to remove yourself from the 3D world, and people think, oh, they just don't want to fix their lives. You have no idea. I'm doing shit in realms that, yo, and it's not even like, oh, it's so much fun. Like, spirituality is scary, and it's hard, and it makes you see things that you're just like, holy shit, like, what the fuck is going on here? What is actually happening? And when you see the truth of things, and you start to see the truth of things, and you start to see things, and things start to happen, and people are like, oh, they just don't wanna. Shut the fuck up. You don't even know. Save your money. Yeah, there's a need to save your money. There is. I do feel like there's going to be some money coming in. It's gonna be like either a loan, maybe somebody's gonna give you a loan, maybe somebody's going to like let you borrow money, give you money, something like that. You're gonna win some money, something like that. I just heard on that last one, that's like one person. Something's gonna come in, like a check from something that you didn't know. Something's gonna come in, and that money, you're meant to make it last, because whatever it is that you're building is not gonna bring you in the fruits you're thinking, right? Remember what I was talking about? It's not a full tree. It's not a full tree. Yeah, if you've never gardened, right? They start off with these little plants, right? This doesn't give any fruit. This is barely trying to live, right? And then it'll grow about this tall, and it'll maybe give like one little fruit, and it's like the size of, if it's a jalapeno, it's like this big, and then it grows to about here, and then it gives you about like 5 fruits, right? One is probably decent size. It has to get to like, it has to get to a good size, and it also has to be grounded in the soil, in the ground. It doesn't have to be, but that's where you're gonna be like, whoa. I'm thinking of like the 9 of Pentacles, that tree that has all the fruit. That tree is in the ground. That is not in a pot, right? That is grounded deeply, where it has gone through trials and tribulations, and that tree is not gonna be fucking moved for heaven and earth, right? I saw this video of this Hispanic guy. I don't know what he was. He was Hispanic, but I don't know what. Yeah. Anyway, they had trees that were like kind of how I was saying, like this, and these size. This is where at the size where you would put it in the ground. Like, that's the perfect size. They're ready to go into the ground, and those roots are gonna grow deep and fast. And they were outside with the chancla, with the belt, with the other things that, if you don't know, if you didn't grow up that way, you guys don't know what I'm talking about. I know, yeah, I know what they were talking about. But they were out there like hitting the tree and hitting it with the sandal and like with the belt, and they're like, what do they say? Traumatizing my tree so it'll grow strong like I did. I was like, oh my god, these people, oh my god, the way they think of shit. But it's the truth. Like, when you traumatize the trees, like with the wind and the rain and all that, it makes it so that their roots grow thicker, stronger, so that they won't be pulled out, right? It's the same with humans. Like, when people go through that some amount of shit, it's just like, not just anything's gonna come and take them out. It's gonna take quite a lot of bit, because the universe was like, well, we're gonna have to send you a shitload of tornadoes and storms and earthquakes, and yeah, because no, we need you grounded. Nothing is going to be able to pull you out. Your roots are held deep, right? I thought that video was funny. I'm pretty sure that would trigger other people, but I was like, nah. Oh my god. Avoid money schemes. Yeah. Alright, I'm hearing ever since I moved, I've been hearing a lot of the, and then golden opportunity. Like I said, there's a golden opportunity coming in, right? And I feel like this is where this little bit of money is coming in, and it doesn't have a little bit. Like, I'm not saying like, well, it's not like $1 million, right? It's not $1 million. It's a good chunk of change, but it's a little bit. But it's enough for you to survive and live off of while you continue to grow something that needs to grow, but is not going to so much, let's say, grow instantly, right? It's not going to take care of your bills next month. And remember, whenever you build a business, you take a loss for about 2 years before you get anything back, right? The money coming back in is everything you spent on decorations, on food, on menu, on the licenses, on whatever, salaries, all of that, right? You're not actually getting, it's giving me the bear. You know what, the bear, where they were trying to make money and they were trying to go after a Michelin star, and that way if they got a Michelin star, then they could raise their prices and then they'd be making like buku money. But at the beginning, they were barely scraping by. They were not barely even making it. The Bear's a good show if you've never watched it. But yeah, there's a golden opportunity coming in, and just be careful of who you speak to, because there's, like I said, there's a lot of haters trying to steal your ideas, right? And think of like all the people that are online right now and have platforms, and they have to deal with people stealing their stuff and their product and their videos and stuff. And some of them even aren't getting paid, and like the original creators aren't even that. Like, that's insane. You're just stealing my work, so just be careful of who you. And I know with I would do like trademarks and stuff. I've seen people that do trademarks on their videos. Or just make sure you trademark your shit. Like that one girl who like lost out because she did the demure. That girl, somebody else went and got that trademarked and made a lot of money. But she went, like the other girl was on her way to do it, and she got beaten to it. Alright, let's clarify this situation will bear fruit. Ooh, the star. Shut up. I feel like this is your wish fulfillment, and I just got my throat chakra started tingling. I feel like some of you guys, this is your wish fulfillment. You guys have been wishing for this or a situation like this for a really long time. I feel like if this isn't exactly what you've wanted, this is going to be exactly like what you wanted, but it's going to be on exactly the, it's almost like what you've been doing maybe wasn't exactly, so it's going to add on to it. I don't feel like what you've been doing is going to be completely removed. It's almost like you're adding on to what you've been doing, right? But this is, you're getting wish fulfillment here. You are getting, and I see it on all my other cards. You guys know when I get downloading and my nose gets itchy. A sincere wish will be granted. From this one, actually I think it's right here on the top. That this is what I'm hearing. A sincere wish will be granted. See? It's right there on the top. It was like 5 under. I've got 5 on it. Alright, let's clarify what's the rush. Yeah, no. Golden opportunity. And this is something, this is going to be something you love. How often? I feel like this is going to be everything you wanted. Passive income. You're going to be able to still live your life while still, you know, doing what you love. You're going to be sharing your gifts. Like, it's everything you've ever wanted, right? Like, how often does someone wake up and be like, oh yes, I feel amazing, I can't wait to go to my job at Amazon. And that's not hitting like on people that work in Amazon, right? But you're still going to make someone else a billionaire. You're still going to get underpaid. You're still working in the heat, and some people, like, you know, physically it's difficult, right? You're still not able to like live off of one income unless you're really just super savvy, right? Nowadays. who I feel like nobody would be like, oh, let me just wake up because I'm so excited to go work at my corporate job, right? What's the rush? The wheel of fortune. The wheel of fortune is turning for you. So it doesn't matter if you rush or not, you're gonna get there. The wheel is turning already. It's already turned. There's no need to rush because you're gonna get where you need to go no matter what you do at this point. Of course, they are saying be careful with your money, because that money, if you blow through it, then you can't be like, oh, I have no money, let's rush it. Once you rush something and it's meant to take time, you're gonna fuck it up. If you're a cook, you know you can't rush. You can't be like, let me turn up the flame, because you have to cook something at a certain temperature, especially if you're working like with fish, thin steaks, shit like that. Like, you can't be like, let me rush it, I have to turn up the temperature. No, you need to shut the fuck up and leave the flame where it's at, and it's going to cook the way it needs to be cooked, because you're gonna burn it. It's gonna be wrong. Okay, and I just saw 555. You cannot. You have to allow things, and that's why you have to save this money that's coming in. Okay, you have to be very careful what you spend on, because this money is meant to hold you. It's going to be a cushion for you to be able to not worry about, can I pay rent? Can I buy groceries? Can I, right? It's meant to, I do feel like some of you guys are going to have like the opportunity to do one fun thing. Maybe go on a vacation, maybe upgrade your clothes. But after that, it's almost like, okay, let's hunker down and we're going to save. We don't need to go and spend $100 to $200 on going to the movies. We have all of the, right? Like, we have everything we need, and we're going to sit here and we're going to, put our time and effort into what we need to do, and we're going to save our money until we start getting a passive income. Once you have a passive income, you can go out and do stuff, right? And I'm not saying you can never do anything, right? But it's like, when you go out, when you step outside, it's like, even if, like, there were times where I was super broke, and the girls they were like, we want McDonald's, and I was like, cool. We would go to McDonald's just for 3 of us. It was like $45. That's not fast food. It's like $50 for fast food. How the fuck? I might as well have just bought a pizza. Even then, like, yeah, it's $50, right? And so, and that was cheap. That was like the cheapest thing that they wanted. If we had gone somewhere else, it would have been way more expensive, right? All right, let's clarify. Save your money. Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles. Like, they're saying, sit on your fucking wallet and do not spend on dumb shit. You don't need. In fact, I'm hearing, like, I just saw, like, they showed me a phone, and you going through like apps and stuff that you don't need. No spending money on like games. No spending. Be very cheap right now. Be very cheap, and not in like the stuff you need. Obviously, if you need those things, you need those things. In fact, I would take some of that money and definitely upgrade to like make sure you're getting vitamins, make sure you're getting all the things that you haven't been able to do to take care of your body. Even like with gym, like the gym, the only reason I always had a gym pass was because of the pool and the jacuzzi. But I always had like a treadmill, or I would do exercise at home. Back when I was young, I was like 22. Yo, I was such a huge fan of Jane Fonda and her exercise videos, and she made my ass look so amazing when I was at that age. She even has like just a full butt exercise. Yeah, no. Look, I'm getting a ringing in my ear. She has like just abs, just butt, just legs, just arms. You can do those from home. If you watch Anatoly's story, Anatoly, he's like this fucking powerful guy. He shows how he started, and they were very poor growing up. So he would go out and use like car equipment to exercise at his home before he was able to start going to a gym. And that man is, I don't even know how he does it. And he doesn't look like swole. He doesn't look like it's all like he's big. Like, no, he looks, but he can lift. Oh my god, like insane amounts of weights. Clarify and avoid money schemes. The Magician, in reverse. The Magician in reverse. I do feel like there are people that are trying to, with the Magician in reverse, and then the Three of Swords in reverse. With the Magician in reverse, I always do get black magic with that, so I always throw that out there. Whether you believe in it or not, it doesn't matter. Other people believe in it, and other people will use it. And whether you think that energy cannot affect you, yes, you are very protected, but it is still an energy. They are still doing magic. They are still manifesting for you to get hurt, and that magic will try to come to you. You could be protected. It could hit things around you, like if you feel like appliances, weird things are happening around you, a lot of stuff. You know, it's because they're trying to send shit your way. But I feel like somebody is trying to manifest you back into their lives with the Three of Swords. Somebody that broke your heart, somebody that's trying to like start a business with you but knows nothing about business and is a toxic piece of shit, right? I forgot that person's name. Yeah, with the Seven of Swords, somebody that was always fucking sneaky. With the Empress, no, in reverse. These are all reversed, right? By the way, these are all reversals. Yeah, with the Magician in reverse, this person is doing black magic. And or if you don't want to use that term, then fine. They're just trying to manifest. They use the law of physics to take from you, right? This is not somebody that's going to give to you. And this is somebody that's trying to take, right? Somebody that's trying to scheme. Hang on one second, guys. Okay, guys, let me get you guys some guidance. I'm going to leave it here. Some advice. Let me get you guys some advice. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, let's get, oh, that's a lot. I'm going to do the one on the bottom. Meditation for clarity. Yeah, some of you guys could have had some solar blockage, like your creativity could have been blocked. That's starting to clear up though. I feel like for you guys it's starting to clear up. Just remember to meditate every morning. And when you say you don't have time, yes, you do have time. What you don't have time for is everything else. You always have time for you and your meditation, right? And I just saw 222. Never do anything else. If you have to be late, be late. But you don't know what downloads you're getting in the morning that are going to tell you, hey, be careful of traffic. Like, remember, you're getting messages. When you're praying, you're speaking to God. When you're meditating, God's speaking to you. All right, let's get one more. We're having an issue at my house, so if you see the door. Yeah. Earth magic. What did I say? What did I say? Just make sure you're protecting yourself and that you're doing blockages and stuff like that. You don't have to be afraid of it. Just you know, make sure you're using. I showed this to I think it was Capricorn. Like, look, there's a evil eye oil. This one has, it's called peanut butter jealous, and so I put peanut butter and jelly right in there, toast. Anyway, just use any kind of oil. You can make your own evil eye oil, that kind of thing. Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave it here. Look, gold. You don't need somebody else to fix you. You don't. You've got it in you. All right, Aquarius. All right. I love you guys so much. I hope this helped, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.